H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, sometimes Chris Walker, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And guess what? It's Tuesday. Great day ahead of us today. A lot of stuff happened last night. Did y'all see the NBA basketball last night? It's just so much. Where are my people from yesterday? I'm trying to find them so I can apologize to them. But today we got our starting five. You know, every day we shout out to the first 5 people who signed into the Chop Shop feed via Facebook Live or YouTube Live. And we got Thaddeus Moody. We got Kevin Lewis. We got Daryl Anderson, Michael Jordan, and Jim Norris is in the building today. And my 6th man of the day is Jay Jackson. Hey, Madonna, how you doing? What's up? Who is that? Joe Lewis, Corey Willis. Hey, y'all, I think we got a few things for y'all. Y'all might need to share this show immediately right now. I'm just going to tell you. I mean, every day you should share it because every day we're going to give you something that you can take and chew on and digest and become better, you know, because I've been watching Madonna and Tamika. A lot of people been getting this information, but Tamika, they not doing anything with the information. You know what I'm saying? They listening, they hearing, but they still making the same mistakes. And guess what? And I guess we got to keep on teaching, keep on teaching. The NBA Nets have been. Hey, Michael Jordan. Thank you, Michael Jordan. How they being ambushed though? I know you're probably kidding. Tyrone Carr was checking in from Ole Miss. Oh my goodness, you at Ole Miss? Awesome, man. What's happening down in Ole Miss? Free Steve Nash. Why? Oh, thank you, Kent. Let me tell you something, Kedrick. Hey, man. I'm gonna find out when they start sending me stuff again. I told y'all I got, my guy doing such a good job at Nike. Mark Cuban had to hire him. And now he's the general manager. And so I got to figure out a way to get my stuff sent to me. Like I got so much stuff though already, so I'm kind of cool. I ain't got no place to put it all of it. I do feel bad for you feel bad for the Nets? Why you feel bad for the Nets? We're gonna start the show off like that. Why do one person, anybody else feel bad for the Nets? Bring Mark Jackson back? I don't think that's going to happen. Never had a chance to get the big 3 going. Nah, a lot of people hurt, a lot of people injured. But this, see, y'all, let me help y'all out, man. Let me help y'all out. Let me put all these Michael Jordan stuff up here. Mike, I'm using you today. I'm using you today. I'm using you today. Y'all see all these comments? Oh, I don't want to put that up there. I want to put that right there. Y'all see these comments? Y'all see these comments, Mike putting up there. Never had a chance to get big. Let me tell you something. Mike, who ambushed him? Ladies and gentlemen, let me, just in case you're just watching the Chop Shop, y'all need to share this because people need to hear this. I'm talking to a guy that knows me real good, and he ain't heard it. He didn't. I forget everybody don't see everything that says on the Chop Shop. But you got a guy, Kyrie Irving. Let me give you a true story. I'm in Vegas a few years back. We at Alibi, right there at Aria. It's a little place called Alibi, a little bar right there. Then you got the crap tables, and right there, right, everybody, all of us used to hang out there doing the NBA Summer League. KD was sitting there talking to some more people. We was in a group of people talking, stating that, man, I'm going to the Knicks. I'm going to New York. Because that's the time he had got away from Stephon. He got tired of being, I guess, son by Stephon. Y'all check. So I'm going back and put some of Michael Jordan stuff up there. Let me put Michael Jordan up there talking about they've been ambushed. So Kevin Durant said he was going to the New York Knicks. Few months later, he changed his mind and said he going to the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets instead of the New York Knicks, the most storied franchise in the city. Even when they losing, people stand outside to get in. Because of Kyrie Irving. When I grew up out for Jersey, I used to cheer for the Jersey Nets. So, New Jersey. So, let's go over here. Let's not go to the New York Nets. Check this out. Hurry, Baker, y'all check this out. Because Michael Jordan, and the reason I'm explaining this, Mike, I love you, Mike. You gave me some work to do. They never had a chance to get the big. I feel bad for them. The Nets being ambushed. Mike, everybody on the team. So he talked Kevin Durant into coming there. Kevin Durant talked James Harden into coming there. Really and truly, James Harden never wanted to go there. Because when he left here, he asked to be traded to the Philadelphia 76ers. But the owner, Tim Fertitta, did not want to trade him there because why? Daryl Morey, his former general manager, quit and went to Philly. Tad Brown, his former president, quit and went to Philly. So he didn't want to trade James to Philly. James went and asked him, man, I'll come back later in my career and play with y'all. But right now, I need to go with Daryl. You let them two go. Let me follow them. You in a rebuild. We'll hit you later. No, you can't do it. So guess what? They had to figure out a way. Because James was disgruntled, people was mad at him. So they, instead of trading him to Philly, where he wanted to go in the first place, they traded him to Brooklyn. So guess what? They balled out. James get hurt. Kyrie get hurt. KD, a shoe size away from hitting a three. to go to the finals. Okay, all of that. So this next year came up. Kyrie missed a lot of time. This next year come up. Then Kyrie saying, I'm not going to get vaccinated. So he missed a whole lot of games. And James said, I didn't buy into that. Thus, I'm going to Philly. So, Michael Jordan, I didn't want to explain all that, but I'm glad I did. Kyrie Irving, man. He just, I don't want to be at Cleveland no more, Coach. LeBron's son to me. I want to go where I can be the man. You go to Boston. Them young dudes ran your ass out of there. You go to Boston. Then you call LeBron. Man, you was right, LeBron. Dealing with these young players like you had to deal with me, you was right, LeBron. You follow me? Oh, man. Boys, let me take a quick break. Quick break. Got a hot one on the line. Hold on. Let me get this. Here we go.
Welcome to All Ticket Attractions, your number one source for tickets, local or nationwide. Here's our current promotion: ticket purchase installments. Just pay 25% down and make weekly payments. Ladies and gentlemen, Chop Shop members, go to your favorite show. Sit on the front row. If you want a ticket but can't pay all of it, put it on weekly installments. Now back to the Chop Shop with Hatter and Hicks, your midday sports happy hour. Welcome to All Ticket Attractions.
Yeah. So, and guess what? It's neither here or there. I'm glad y'all had that. Boy, that was an important phone call. Y'all got to understand. If I get off the phone talking to y'all, that one was, I had to talk to him. So, Herb said he should not have been there in that first season first. He had no previous coach. But you got to understand, Herb, a lot of guys in the NBA, I couldn't get mad because I'm not mad at Steve Nash. I mean, a lot of y'all probably mad at Steve Nash. I'm not mad at Steve Nash. Look what he had to deal with. I mean, did y'all see these press conferences? Look, check this out, man. Somebody sent me this, man. This is what they said about your homeboy Ben Simmons. Watch this. Billy! That man had to deal with all that this year, man. I know y'all didn't see that. I got to play it one more time. Okay? Billy! So, I'm not calling him a cancer, Ricky Scott. You know how I am about talking about my brothers. I just think, he did a lot of stuff. Yes. Great observation. That is Moody. Ime Udoka was the Brooklyn Nets assistant coach. He was on that roster last year. He was on that and got a job. Think about this. Steve Nash already got somebody from under his coaching trio. Well, I don't know if he got him a job rather than Pop got him the job. But Mark Jackson, I just don't ever think he's going to get a job, Herb Baker. The owners have actually, they said, Mark, you keep that cushy job there on the television network, but just go back. Do me a favor. When y'all out there throwing at Mark Jackson, I've seen a couple of Mark Jackson. Go look up the Mark Jackson history. Which y'all share the show too, man. Y'all share it. Somebody told me it was 50 people on YouTube yesterday, but there were 8 people like it. I mean, really, really. No, for real, really. I'm just thinking about that. Somebody put that out there to me yesterday. On YouTube, yesterday was 50 people on there at different times. But only 8 people liked the show. If you don't like the show, why are you watching it? I ain't gonna lie, y'all. That kind of bothered me last night. Let's get back to this. But Mark Jackson, go do me a favor and just go look up Mark Jackson and his encounters with Rick Welts, executive from the Warriors. Take a look at that. Because I don't want to go there. I want y'all to take a look. Go take a deep dive in there. Then you'll understand. You won't be putting Mark Jackson's name out there like that. I mean, when you know better, you do better. That's why I never talk about Mark Jackson, because I know there's some things that went on that Mark Jackson people, if you're gonna have a job, if you're gonna have a job, you got to listen to the people who own those teams. And I don't think Mark was complying to a lot of stuff they want. Y'all got to go read it. It's a compelling story. Just do me a favor. They came in this wrong, saying that there were 3 coaches now. Okay. Y'all saying that now. Melvin Dewes, I mean, Melvin Dewes, it's hard to play and call yourself having a big 3. Let's keep it real. When the 3 guys ain't played but 6 or 7, 8, 9, 10 games together. You don't have a big 3 then. The guys don't play together. The guys got to play together over a long, sustaining period of time. And I didn't even want to start here. But that's how y'all do me. Ben Simmons struggled with mental health, so I will let him make it. Okay. I promise you, and I hope it's mental health. Hope it ain't no slick stuff going on. He didn't show up at the game last night. What did he say? Showing up his defense is. I don't know who he's talking about. But y'all, let's shout out to the guys who are out there doing. Thank you, Mike, for bringing that up. But dude, it's hard, man. Willie Green taking the Phoenix Suns. This was supposed to be Willie Green, and was a 8th seed. I mean, less than that. And they taking these guys. Y'all need to please share the show right quick. And like the show. If you TR Holmes, please like the show. They said it's because of religious belief and the Warriors and Rick Wells. Okay. See that? Leon, thank you for going reading, man. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot more than that, Rick. You got to, just don't go read the headlines. You got to read the story. And I know you ain't got the time now. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Ben Grimm has some sexual issues going on in his family. So maybe he was dealing with this. See, I don't know nothing about that. Y'all got to realize too, Ben Simmons didn't grow up here. Ben Simmons was from Australia. Yeah, like my partner last night talking about, man, he ain't this, he ain't that. Dude, he grew up in Australia. He grew up in 4th Ward, and 5th Ward, and in North Memphis, South Memphis. Or wherever anybody, y'all can tell me the name of y'all hoods. Y'all can rep y'all hoods. So, unique, man. I'm just, it's just unique. And I got some for y'all. Oh, this is what I wanted to start the show out. My girl, Virginia born, Harlem vetted, launched from the Apollo stage, hatched in Chick's little Yellow Bastard, Pitch Perfect Scat, Prima, in sweet center of blue sky. Someone to watch over as we dream little dreams be free. First lady of our song, happy birthday, 105th birthday to Ella Fitzgerald, one of my mom's favorite performers. I loved Ella Fitzgerald. And, my mom, dad, it was, knew a lot about the music industry and all that kind of stuff. So I grew up just loving those kind of musicians, Bobby Blue Bland, B.B. King, and all those kind of people. So, shout out to her. Happy birthday to her. But you know what? I was thinking about something. And we're going to get back to the NBA because I'm going to wait till Jimmy get back. Chop Shop in there. Oh, Michael Smith in Miami. Third Ward. What's up, Kedrick? Kedrick, sometimes the story must be told over and over to truly understand the magnitude of the vision. Y'all remember this young girl I keep talking about all the time, young golfer who's been on the show named Kendall Jackson? She is the direct beneficiary of a dream realized. Tell you what I'm talking about. A few years back, this young kid named, what's his name? Last name Ferguson. Got to make sure I got it. Otis Ferguson. Young kid played it. When he was coming out of high school, he loved golf, but he wanted to go to Howard, but he also wanted to play golf. And Howard did not have a golf team. Okay? Too expensive. I mean, they just said, they used to have one long time ago, but I think in 70 something, they shut it down. But this young man, what's up, Reginald Simpson? Y'all got to hear this story. So this young man went to Howard anyway. When he got to campus, I want our young kids, y'all got to understand, this is on wax for our young kids can hear this later. Because some of y'all already got it, everything all going on, because this is all y'all worry about. But you just think about this. This young man, he went to Howard anyway because he understood the value of a Howard education. He didn't chase the golf to a golf school. He wanted to go to Howard. He was good enough to go but he said, no, I'm going to still figure this thing out. So he went to Howard, got a few people together that played golf like an intramural type golf situation, right? Just playing golf. Still not Division I golf, but he was playing, him and the group that he formed on the campus. So all of a sudden, Stephen Curry was producing a show called Emmanuel. He produced the show, so he came to Howard to talk about it and, to promote the show. Corey Henderson, great story. It's a great story. He came to promote the show. So, and I got the video, and I'll show it to y'all one day. Got the video, like Stephen, after, he talked about the show, he went down and was greeting the people in the stands. Young Otis Ferguson went to this particular event on Howard's campus, and he stopped Stephen. He was smart enough to know that Stephen got a passion for what? Golf. All these people sitting down, right? Stephen shaking everybody's hand. Otis says, Steph, man, let's get in a round of golf before you leave. Got him. Steph didn't look at nobody else, zeroed on him because the dude touched Stephen's passion. Young people, don't be scared to speak up. Otis just came to the thing and said, this is once in a lifetime chance to meet one of his heroes. And said, let's play a round of golf tomorrow. Steph said, man, I got to get back on the plane and get back, man. He said, but wait, make sure I got your number. Steph knelt down. They exchanged information. Oh, listen to this now. This is a story you need to tell your kids. Instead of telling them all this stupid ass stuff, this the kind of stuff we need to start telling them. This young cat, check this out. Him and Steph go back and forth. He emailed him. He said, Steph emailed him back. But Steph was busy winning championship. He didn't have time. The dude said he kind of lost faith a little bit. Then him and Steph hit him back up. No, Steph couldn't. So the dude told him the story, why he came, that he wanted to go to Howard. They didn't have a golf team. He told him his story. So people called the president. And the president knew who Otis was because Otis had emailed the president 10 times. Otis emailed the president 10 times. Saying, man, we got to get a golf team. We got to get a golf team, man. We got to get a golf team. We got to get a golf team. We got to get a golf team. Steph called the man and said, hey, Mr. President, I'm cutting all the check. How much do it cost to run your program for a year? A golf program. He gave him the figure. Guess what? The rest is history. Stephen Curry is bankrolling Howard for 5 years because a young man got out of his comfort zone, went to a place and spoke up, said, Mr. Curry, can I let's play a round of golf tomorrow. So let me bring it home. Kendall Jackson, the young lady who y'all was so enthralled about on Women Rock Wednesday, is one of the direct beneficiaries of what Otis Ferguson did years ago. This world is more than basketball. Kendall Jackson getting her education paid for free. Her education is paid for. We got some young golfers out here trying to play basketball, can't play dead. Can't just run around on these teams. And I'm glad you're on teams. But try something else. Then I thought about it. I saw another dope story. I want you to say, great story. Ex-NBA turned college golfer, J.R. Smith, named North Carolina A&T's Academic Athlete of the Year. This guy that everybody got the memes and talking about this and had a 4.0. Then I kept hearing some people in some of these message groups has stated that JR is they tell me he's taking a golf scholarship from an 18 and 22-year-old. He's paying his own tuition, y'all. And played his way onto the team. They didn't give him nothing. This dude can play. Too often we rush to negative, we rush into negative in a positive situation. Please, brothers and sisters, do the research before you speak. This brother is on a positive mission to get more black youth into golf. Congratulations, JR, on your latest academic award. This is a guy who skipped college and went straight to the pros. Let me tell y'all something, man. I know we love to talk summer basketball. You know, we got the basketball guru on here. We got Jim Hicks. We got Chris Walker on here. Yes. We've been giving y'all this valuable information from the last 6 years consistently. Then I look at the richest guy on the 2021 Forbes 400. in 2021, not 2022. He owns the Washington Post. Jeff Bezos. He owns the Washington Post. The number 2 on that list now owns Twitter. The number 3 owns Facebook. Number 5 and 6 started Google. Number 4 and 9 started Microsoft. Number 10 owns Bloomberg. Free speech, you decide. You decide. Think about what I said. When we listening to this stuff, do you think the Washington Post gonna publish a bad article about Jeff Bezos and Amazon? And then I'm thinking about, we go back to Ben Simmons. Where's Henry? Ben Simmons really, when I thought about it this morning, he really sat out an entire season. Happy birthday, Chad. Because Joel Embiid and Doc Rivers hurt his feelings. Henry, I want you to table that one, Henry. Absolutely. Tennis also. Yes. Tennis also. I'm just talking about the principle. Life is more than basketball. Ben Simmons sat out a whole season just because. Think about this. And Chad, you hear me on this one. What's up, Gary Carter? Tiger Woods nearly lost his leg and his life, and has had several back surgeries, and even he played sooner than Ben Simmons did. Take a look at it. Shout out to Kevin McGaskey, young man, played Hightower. And I'm just, you know what? I'm just thinking about Hightower. Yeah. I'm taking you around the world. Coach Stephen Woods, y'all already know how I feel about him. One of the greatest high school coaches around. But Kevin McGaskey is going to PV. He went the JUCO route. Young man, played with Bryce, and he's played with Mindy's son, Cam, at Hightower, and went his way to junior college. Played himself back home to Prairie View. Then I looked at Stephen Woods of his 7 years at Hightower. Got 17 basketball kids going to college to play basketball. 17 in 7 years. Yeah, that's a moment for a clap, because I know everybody else ain't. If y'all ain't gonna clap for him, I'm gonna clap for him. We got to. Then I'm finding out TSU, and I hope they know this. They got his teammate has walked on. I mean, not walked on, has enrolled and is a student at Texas. So Chris Harris. And I hope Johnny Jones is watching this show. Chris Harris is on your campus already, going to school. Hey, give him an opportunity. He'll make a way for himself. Stephen. I mean, man, I'm so, y'all see, this stuff get overlooked. Had a great chance to win a state championship. COVID stopped them. They were even down there. Y'all, they drove down there. They had to turn around and come back home. 17 players. 7 years. Salute to him. Salute to all the high school coaches around, but especially to him because I've been to his practice. Him and Greg Wise is the only two, I think, coaches only two high school coaches I've probably been to their practice. So I'm gonna always have a certain affinity for those two guys. But rest of y'all, I support all y'all. But I was thinking about something else. I was thinking about the Nets again. You know, we can say they got swept and all that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna go here. If there is one word to describe the Nets to you, everybody, I want everybody to comment on this one. If there was one word to describe the Nets, what would that word be? Just put it on the screen. Outside of pure talent, is there a reason that the Nets should trust Kyrie Irving with a max deal? Outside of pure talent, it's two questions. That is Moody. I know you got something for me. If there was one word to describe the Nets this year, what would it be? See that? I love that Thad Moody, boy. I love it. What else y'all got? I got mine. I got mine. Unstable. That's a good one. Y'all ain't gonna believe mine. I'm gonna see if somebody gonna have mine. D. White says selfish. I like that one, D. Implode. See that? I told y'all we got some brilliant people. Untrustworthy. Mercurial. Unpredictable. Boy, I love these. See, that's why I love y'all. Come on, give me some more. Give me some more. Ain't nobody picked my word yet. Ain't nobody picked my word yet. Keep going. I love these. I love these. But I got something else now. Outside of pure talent, is there a reason that the Nets should trust Kyrie enough to give him a max deal? King Six. King Six, I apologize. I was waiting on you to come on the show. Somebody from Hollywood gave me incomplete. I finally found the missing, what you call it? The missing episodes on my device from Winning Time. And I just, but I got word that, if you go Google, if you go right now, King Stick, go Google, Jerry West is upset about it, and he was talking. So they were telling me that, Rob, it might go off the air for a little while. So guess what? I looked on my TV and it wasn't on there. So I apologize to you. Lethargic. Oh, okay. That wasn't my word. Michael said, no way, no way. Capricious. Oh, look at Jameson. Jameson Morrow went to that thesaurus on my behind. B. Scott said, don't they have to? No. They don't have to do nothing, B. Scott. They don't have to max him, baby. No, they got to. Robert Rising, what's up? They don't have to max him. I'm just asking. Mine was tumultuous. I can't even pronounce it right. That was my word. I got another one for you. One more. If you could only have Ben Simmons or Kyrie, which one would you take? Talk to me. Talk to me. If you could only have one, who would you take? P. Scott said Kyrie. Huh. Come on, y'all. Let me see. B. Scott said Kyrie. Who? Kim Jackson said Kyrie. Kim. Over Benji. I ain't gonna ask y'all why. They decide to decide who Batman is and let Robin accept his role. They probably said they need to decide. Okay. Ken Gamble. King Gamble, man, where you been, man? I've been having questions to ask you, and you haven't been around, man. I've been needing you. I'm gonna talk. I got something for y'all in just a sec. I got some. Y'all hold on. Share the show, coach. I'm gonna need all your coaches and where Walter Yates? I need him. I'd take Ben because I seen this Kyrie. Hell, Ben ain't played in 10 years. Kyrie with a few amendments. Y'all crazy. But back to Stephon, man. I got to shout out this guy again, man. Stephon and Ayesha Curry announced plans to install 150 libraries in Oakland to help raise literacy rate for Black and Latino youth. See, y'all, we always talk about when these athletes don't do nothing, man. That's why I'm always gonna let you know when they do what they do, you know. But let's share this. Live period tribe. Oh, that's right. Live period. King Gamble. Was the live period everything this year that you expressed to your parents in the beginning of the year? Anything different? Anything better? Anything great? Anything worse? Was the live period? You know, because, you know, I've been getting mixed reports about the live period. And y'all got to realize, and I know how serious it is. That's why I'm talking about it. But I wanted to know that. But I'm going to share some, can't wait on Jimmy no longer. I was watching the Nets and the Celtics play last night. Okay. You know how you got these players, you know, LeBron want to be the GM and that's, you know, Kyrie talking about they going to sit down and talk to manager, him and KD. It's hard to build a team. Awesome, King Gamble. I love that. Put that on the screen. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being honest. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Me being in this business for 30 years and watching it happens, and that, you know, some of the stuff behind the curtains, that sometimes some stuff I talk about, some things I just don't even talk about because it take 4 hours for me to explain one thing. But it's hard to build a team. All the coaches out there. King Gamble, you know it's hard to build a team. Melvin Dudes, you got a team. All you guys, that is Moody. It's hard to build a team. It's more to this game, mamas and daddies and ladies and gentlemen, that he's a bucket. Let me give me a little sip. Watch this series last night, over the last 4 games. Kyrie was passive. He was not playing like his back was against the wall. And they were in a closeout game scenario. You know that adage, hard work beat talent when talent don't work hard? After the game was over, Kyrie was out there on the floor, y'all, hugging and smiling with his former teammates after they got swept. The Brooklyn Nets were the first preseason title favorite team to get swept in over 35 years. Y'all come in at any time you want to. How do you have a smile on your face? Kyrie's decisions making it hard to and had a lot to do with the demise of this team. Forced James Harden to ask for a trade. It's not about, that's why I say it's not about Steve Nash to me. And I know everybody want to blame him, fire him. He shouldn't have got the job. He couldn't have. But it was more than that to me. KD and Kyrie talk more about their skill sets than winning, smiling and waiting on the direct deposit. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, all y'all, I know y'all got summer basketball teams. I know y'all I think y'all take a good little break right now, a little bit, because ain't no more live period. But always remember, when you're on a team, you can make personal choices, and sometimes it affects you professionally and negatively. Kyrie had a personal choice, but it affected him professionally and negatively. Even if you said, well, I'll do it again. But those, Kyrie, are the consequences of your decision. If they were an actual team, ladies and gentlemen, they would have been up 3-1. If they were actually a team, they would be up. Tell me what a coach is to blame. Since you're going to tell me, let me see, maybe you said, as it stands, Kyrie has on the. I got a question. You said Kevin Freitman. Let me get him. I'm gonna show y'all. See, this is what I be talking about. If you're gonna say it, tell me what a coach is to blame. Tell me what a coach is to blame. Sure, we had our expectations there, but it's simply possible that Celtics were just a better team. Defense does. Okay. You said the Celtics was a better team. Okay. There is something wrong with, if there is something wrong with the core of your team, you're gonna lose these type of games. These were some close games. Since you're saying Celtics was so much better, all of these games were winnable. No James Harden, no Ben Simmons. 3 of those 4 games of Michael Jordan, the Nets should have won. Should have won last night. What adjustments he shouldn't have made. See, I love to catch these people. Y'all share the show. About to get good. Not making corrections. What adjustments? Y'all ought to know, I'm not going to let you just come out here and just make some. What adjustments should the coach have made? Melvin Dukes and Steve Nash talks are hot. Wait a minute. Steve Nash talks are hot because there are so many. Hold up. Steve Nash talks are hot because there are so many qualified black coaches passed over for Nash. Boston coach proved that. He couldn't command the respect of the others. Okay. Tell me where Kevin Freitman, where Steve Nash made a tactical error. Because all coaches do that. I've always heard defense and free throws win championship. Celtics win and move on, but we're spending time on the Nets. Of course we're spending time on the Nets. Because my damn show, Michael Jordan, I'm talking about it right now, got 2 of the best players in the damn world and got swept. So of course we're going to talk about them. Throw your hands up in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Turn it off. You don't want to hear. Mr. Jordan. We're talking about one guy on the team that they had said was better than LeBron James. And you shouldn't talk about it? You mentioned it early in the show. Just follow along. Follow along. We show you. Well, I'm always going somewhere with this. Should have won the game last night. Should have won when they were up 17 in game 2. I'm not blaming it on Claxton. With you had left Claxton in the game. What was your other alternative? See, I know you didn't have nothing to say. You just talking, Kevin Freeman. Kevin Freeman, just bow out. Yeah, I knew you didn't have nothing to say. They should have won when Katie got caught ball watching on Jason Tatum. And he said we shouldn't talk about it. If they were a team, if they were a unit, this is what I'm trying to talk about, Michael Jordan. Because we got a lot of teams out here that's not units. I'm always going somewhere with a story. Just let me do this. If they were a team, if they were a unit, they'd win those games. And the best players set the tone. Whose team was this, y'all? Answer that question. Because I watched a lot of summer basketball. I watch a lot of bad basketball that you go around here filming every day and filming all this bad basketball. You probably got 10 megabits of how many what the terabytes. You might have 1 terabyte only bad basketball on there. But we got to understand a team. We got to teach these kids that we use these examples. We got some teams I saw in the EYBL had some success the first week. The next week, some of them guys got up there cocking that thing like they was Stephen Curry. If they were a team, if they were a unit, the best player set the tone. Whose team was that? Kyrie's team, right? Then you get mad at Charles Barkley because he said you either bus rider or bus driver. Whose team is it? Y'all got to figure that out. See, some of you coaches be so damn scared in high school. You got to have a scoring hierarchy on your team. You have to sit them guys down. I told y'all the story. Somebody come get me somebody, man. Y'all keep saying Sam Cassell. Guess what? If Joe Embiid and James Harden don't play well, Sam ain't gonna never get no job because they're gonna fire Doc ass. And Doc losses are on Sam. It's on Sam. Y'all got to pay attention. These people don't respect Doc. Think about this. I'm watching. You got to have a score. Everybody on the team can't shoot all the balls. I never forget this coach tried to get my son to come to one of these private schools in town and tell my man, I'm going to bring him over here. I'm going to give him the ball. He can do whatever he wants to. I want to hear that mess. You know what I told him? I said, do me a favor. Get all the parents of the team. And all of y'all, let's get back in this meeting and you tell them what you just told me. Then we'll think about it. It's called scoring high. Whose team is it? You remember? Early in the year, Michael Jordan, this is for you. Early in the year, they had wrote the Dallas the Boston Celtics off. Marcus Smart came on thing and started talking negative about his player, talking about they selfish. I didn't like the way to do it, but guess what? It was effective. Listen to me, y'all. That personal relationship has much influence over that organization up there at the Nets. Emi Udoka, we talked about him in the beginning of the show. Damon Stoudemire, that staff, Aaron Miles. Shout out to them brothers from the Boston Celtics, man. The reason I'm talking about this, because I see it in high school basketball. And you wonder why these guys do it up here, because we don't check it down here. Y'all scary ass these little kids might disassociate themselves with you. They won't talk to you no more if you tell them the truth. Y'all, we got to quit being a group of these little kids, man. They ain't done nothing. All Benji need, you can tell he ain't got no real one in his group. I'm talking about Ben Simmons. Yeah, I'm all over the place because he was in this series. Nobody said, man, if you don't get your monkey, if you don't get your, got to be willing to lose the friendship. You got to be willing, man. Y'all quit being groupies to these damn little kids around here. Kids talking crazy to their parents because they play a little basketball. Get your ass out of my car talking crazy to me and walk home. Then we wonder why they get up there. Now they got all the bread and the power. And they abuse the power because it's abnormal use of the power because they haven't been taught. Couple of games you're sitting on the bench. The last game you don't sit on the bench. Man, we have got to, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how you're going to do it, but we have got to stop letting these kids, just because they got some notoriety on the website, notoriety on Twitter, can't not let these kids. Then you wonder why they go to a big event like the EYBL and go fighting, having a brawl, fight outside. Fighting at the EYBL. All them Samoans gonna snatch your little ass up. Y'all, it's certain things that I just want to say. Well, Jimmy here, but Jimmy, I'm just getting tired of it, Jimmy. You know, a parent told me the other day, look, dude, look, her son gonna come talking crazy to her in the car. Get your ass out of my car and walk home then. Cause you're a big bad basketball player with a little bit. Get out of my car.
I don't think them Samoans there no more. I don't think they.
I'm just talking, Rob. I'm just messing around. Jimmy,
they didn't got big. They didn't got big time now. You know.
Yeah. I know. I'm just talking, Jimmy, because I'm just watching these little kids. If that mama don't check this little boy's ass right now, he gonna be like Ben Simmons. What they gonna tell Ben? Ben gonna cut their ass off. I mean, it's just, man, Jimmy, I'm telling we raising, these kids are raising them. Dude, you ain't that damn good. You talking crazy to your mama. You shouldn't be talking to her crazy anyway. But, mama, you don't know. Mama, you don't. They can be 12 years old and think they know every damn thing about basketball. Hey, Marissa, my new best friend, Marissa, I got a new best friend, Jim. I got a new best friend. But yeah, listen to me, y'all. I mean, this happened to me yesterday. Somebody called and told me this. And y'all, I want to take him and choke him. Mama said, no, player. We just ain't gonna talk about basketball no more. Because if you say that one more time, tear your ass up. Get out my car and walk. Then everybody doing, that's child abuse. Get out of here. My mama, y'all, I told y'all about mine. I used to tell the principal at school, man, don't call her for nothing. See, Jimmy, you done had that. Don't please. I said, please don't call her, man. Y'all whoop me, do whatever y'all want to do. Don't call her, because she gonna come up here and whoop me right in the cafeteria around all my friends, gonna snatch me up. She done did it before, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you. I was so scared. You talking about going to jail? I wasn't thinking about going to. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, I love her. That's the best woman ever in the world to me. She told me one time, you can give your soul to God, but your ass belong to me. Listen to me, y'all. That rings in my head forever. Ever, ever, ever. I wasn't trying to ever get in trouble for nobody to call that woman. She didn't play. But these days, y'all making deals with these kids, mamas. Y'all making deals with them. But Jimmy, that kind of got me a little bit, Jimmy. I mean, it's just, man, and then we wonder why these guys go to the NBA and crazy. Because we let her get away with it down here. Because he can play. Hey, Jimmy, I got to make sure he all right. Because guess what, Jimmy? Jimmy said he'll be in somebody else's practice next week. Let his ass go to somebody else's practice then next week. But that's it, man. I'm tired of you. I'm tired. Let me give me a drink. Jimmy, I ain't drunk nothing. I ain't had a chance to drink no oil. I've been waiting on you for an hour. I ain't had nothing to drink none of my oil right now.
I'm boiling down today. I got a lot of stuff in the mailbag.
Me too. Let's go.
And let's give at it. Got a lot of topics. We promised you yesterday to try to help. Just help people navigate through this stuff. And maybe I was thinking that was times when I was young in church, and that would be that part where the pastor would get up and he would talk, and they would invite people to come on and join.
The invitation to come to the Lord.
The invitation, that's what they call it. And so when we get in this, when we start talking about this high school basketball, grassroots basketball, and things that are entwined in it, and you know, we're not going to let off on the gas to inspire, to attempt to continue to inspire or motivate some of you grown folk to come and give your testimony. Now, I thought about something. We could do it and you don't even have to show your face. We can get you to call in on the hotline. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that way everybody, some people may know your voice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but most people on there won't know your voice. You could be wherever the hell you want to be when you call in and like that. Did you realize that? Mm-hmm. You could say your name is Bobby from South Carolina. Barbara.
Damn it. They can type. Oh, no. I'm just going to type on the screen. They're going to know it's them. I'm sorry. No.
Yeah, they know it's them if they type on the screen. I mean, but we could, so send us an email, chopshophtx@gmail.com. chopshophtx@gmail.com. And that way it could help. Or you could even send it and say, well, look, don't put me in it, anonymous, but this is what's happening over here. And guess what? We'll shoot it on and throw it out there. And you know what's going to happen? Hit dog's going to holler. We're trying to help just bold than you guys to come and shine light on some of the misdeeds, misjustices, and some of the slime ass stuff that's going on in regards to. And Had, I'm gonna get the first topic. I'm gonna throw it out here right now.
Come on,
first
man.
one.
Come on, Cletus.
You don't even see this one coming.
Come on, Cletus.
This one came to me last night.
No.
This topic right here.
Uh-oh.
And it extends because it came from an event operator.
Okay.
Right? And they saw the show yesterday about, we were talking about the prices and because I knew it was gonna come. People like, Hicks, man, why are you trying to hurt us, man? You're messing up our gate, trying to get up the game to the parents on how they can get in, how they can go and maneuver this thing. I understand that. That's why I told you guys I was playing the role of Robin Hood. So I said, well, what you got then? What's your solution? So, and guess what? This guy has a good one.
Well,
Here's
bring
what he
it
said.
on. I want to
He
hear it.
says, parents, those of you who are paying dues in programs, are you aware that it's a grand possibility, depending on the name of your team, you guys, many of you out there can probably feel it, that it's either twofold. It could be a regular Joe and Blow team. Are you aware that despite you paying dues, monthly dues, that your team might have got into the event free? Did your coach tell you when your team is getting in an event and the fees have been waived? Understand this now. If those parents are paying dues, this is coming from the event operator. Because they're saying about the cost.
I don't like that one, Jimmy. I knew I should have vetted your ass. I'm finna push mute on you, but keep going.
No. That makes all the sense in the world. Because now, where's that money going? In a lot of teams out there, they have what they call multiple team discounts. So are some of those discounts going back to the parents to say, we got an armband, we saved $100 on this event because we had 4 teams and they didn't charge us full price? You paying, that stuff is allocated and itemized on some teams. Are you aware? There are some teams out there, they don't never pay to play in events in the region. Some out there don't pay at all.
But Jimmy, they go pay somewhere, Jimmy, so it all comes out in the wash.
But if the parents are paying dues, then they are under the impression that those fees, some of those fees are going toward the team entry fees. See, here's the thing. Robin Hood in this thing. I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm giving up my gate to help some of you guys be empowered. Nobody in the country is going to do that.
All I'm saying is, because I don't know, and maybe Jimmy, I'm just talking. I was a parent that used to pay when he was young with Lil Rudy and them over there with the hoops. I ain't never questioned them people where they was doing, and I just didn't never. But reason we doing this now because I love that these parents are questioning it now. Maybe I could have said, well, the Houston Hoops, maybe they got in events free because they were the Houston Hoops little bitty team. I don't know. I don't care. But event operator, I'm not trying to hear it from your ass. I'm sorry, Jimmy. I'm not trying to hear it from the event operator. Because guess what? If he know that's a problem, because if he know that's a problem, then y'all need to have the event operators need to come together and have a salary cap. Since y'all know and talk to each other, y'all need to come and say, look here, man. All you're trying to do, and forget Robin Hood, because Robin Hood steals from the rich and give to the poor. Not Robin Hood. You just trying to level the playing field. There's no reason one guy over here charging all this money and you over here charging. Dude, that's out of pocket, man. But guess what? They're not going to do it, so they're going to come and try to do. Guess what? he shifted that blame back on the program person. No, man. No. I don't
Okay,
know.
so you mean to tell me that if I'm being led to believe as a parent and I'm paying $100 a month for dues,
But dude,
and 25 of those dollars of that 100 goes toward
how
team
you
entry
know
fee.
$2,500 go toward?
Because some programs have itemized. Some programs, many of them don't. But some programs, they tell you what the money is for. Adam, a lot of
I
programs
need
out there,
somebody else coming on this
that's
feed
like
telling me. I need somebody.
some people
Yeah.
know. Some people know that some people in some programs are told when like certain amount is for the workouts, some is from the gym rental. It goes into this. It goes into that. It goes into certain different programs. Now you program directors out there, you can speak on that.
Yeah, I'm
For
trying
those
to,
of you
yeah.
who fit the or how your program work. Do you do what it calls itemizations of your fees from your parents or not? Or not? It's no big. It's no if wrong, right or wrong on it.
But I
But
think
the thing is,
but I think the guy. I mean, if that's his opinion, if that's what he came back at you with, it's got to be a better way. It's got to be a better way. So we got one guy say he done paying team owners rent and car notes. Dude, how? Wait a minute, Jimmy. I know a few people that run teams. They always crying broke, spending their own money. Jimmy, something is not right here. Something is not right. Cause I know some guys said, Rob, man, I got to do this. I got to use my own money. If they making so goddamn much money paying car notes and rent, King Sticks, I think Jimmy, I don't know. What he said, that only happens when you're putting multiple teams in a tournament. Most of the time, it wasn't on your schedule and tournament needed a team. Okay. The moral of the story is transparency. Transparency? I don't know. I mean, I'm just glad I'm not a parent. I'm not a parent of one of these kids because I never one time questioned. One time, them people said, Robert, you got to have this for the month, and I just paid it. Maybe I should have, but I looked and saw my son traveling on trips, going here. I said, man, I want to pay something as a parent. I was just talking stuff. I was just trying to help the other parents out who talking about they don't like paying the damn fees. I hated to pay them too, but I paid them. Because my baby was in there. If he in there, I'm paying. So but Jimmy, I'm just trying to figure out if it's a way. So we're gonna get on the guys who run the programs and have people looking at their books and
no, a lot of people
ain't that much money, Jimmy.
Ed Russell just says, when I ran my Houston Hot Shots team, I itemized for the season. I'm telling you, I know a lot of people itemize and let the parents know where their money is going. And then others that don't. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Ed Russell. He says that. He says he had his program, Houston Hot Shots.
And he also, again, Jim, and also read the whole thing. I spent a lot of my own money.
I spent a lot of my own money. Yeah. But still, a lot of people my point is a lot of people let people know where your money is going, and others just say this is your dues and this is it, because what happens is at some point in time,
okay, Angel said if you asking people for money, you don't have to be on the damn team either, Angel. If you they ain't asking nobody for no money to play on this team, you got to pay the dues. Have you ever asked your homeowners association about them dues?
No, understand. But they give you an itemize. They itemize
where your money is going. Have you ever asked them about it though?
You get an itemization. You get that.
But
So
have you
therefore,
ever came and said,
you can
man,
go you can
hey,
go
hey,
and you can
man.
go and check. You're basing the good faith. You're not doing an investigation.
Right, right.
But so that keeps it as the word that Angel used, that keeps it transparent. A lot of programs just don't matter. But for some people, they may feel like, wait a minute. And some parents feel like this. I'm paying, and I understand every team is going to have a scholarship player. That's one of those disadvantaged kids, and that's going to be one on every team. Let's just face it. We know that. So that means, everybody patch up and all hands on deck to help out this one guy that his family just can't make the grade in regards to the economically. But this topic happens. And I'm looking at, and let's put Candace up there. That's a good. We welcome you in all your takes.
I got on Candace.
It happens more than you guys know. The presentation of the team looks great, but things quickly change. And if the parents don't ask questions, they won't know. And even when you ask, you might not get answers. Bingo. And see.
But now, Jimmy, so now we're gonna blame this whole thing on the people who run the teams. That's not fair.
No. You know what I mean? Let's not blaming the whole thing on them. We're talking about a different topic.
We're talking about these high-ass prices these dudes. Let's keep talking about that. We getting off topic.
But that's one aspect that comes from the event operators to question. And an event operator fired back. So now he's firing back an accusation that came on his side of the fence because the prices are pretty much in the same range around the entire state where major events are going on. I was in Dallas last weekend. I was in Houston this past weekend. I've been studying those numbers. Those numbers are pretty parallel. Whether you go play in Rodney Wynn's event, whether you go to play in the Gasso, whether you go play in Rick Nelson's event, those prices are pretty much now different cities have different ranges. Now I'm talking about down in Texas, the range to get in most events is pretty parallel. And now if you go to New York or if you go to California, the numbers are going to be a little bit up.
I got a question.
For what they regularly is.
Have the volleyball parents, do they complain?
A lot of volleyball events.
I ain't talking about you.
I heard a lot of volleyball events let them in free because they pay. I heard that that's how it used to be. They would get in free in more cases than not. I'm not saying all volleyball events don't. None of them charge. But based on my intel a few years back, that a lot of volleyball events, it was commonplace. They didn't even pay, but their dues was so much higher. And it offset it.
Man, let's go to the next topic, man. I'm tired of y'all. You tell that dude, whoever that event operator, man, I don't like that one, player. And that one don't sit right with me. It just don't sit right with me. But guess what? That's my choice. It don't sit right with me. Don't sit right.
It don't. What part? The part if a program director is pocketing the fees.
Jimmy, they can't be pocketing that much, Jimmy.
No, understand. Let me tell you something. I say that a program director is where the fees go. The coaches are different things. The coaches got to go in their pockets.
Yeah,
the program director.
Program directors. I've never been one. No, I wasn't a program.
You cutting your check. You cutting your check to that bank account that's or the doing business as that has one or two persons' name on that assigned. Those coaches that you see coaching the teams, you ain't cutting no check to those guys.
Okay, well, wait, I ain't talking about the coach. Chuck Gowns, our monthly dues include gym rentals, tournament entry, strength and condition, and coach's stipend.
They put the stipend in there. I like that. That's transparent.
Hold up, Chuck. See, why that Chuck McGowan is a bad man. Thank you, Chuck. Because these people going to run me crazy around here, Chuck. A lot of parents all laid out for the parents to see. You can either pay or not. It's okay. No, we keep rolling.
I like that.
That's
the girls' side. Let it be known that's the girls' side of defense, primarily. That Chuck McCowan. If you guys are reading on the boom.
Thank you, Chuck. Thank you, Chuck.
I mean, thanks a bunch. I mean, and now what I want to know, Chuck, what percentage out of every 10 that you encounter don't pay? That go, I mean, they say, no, I ain't gonna do that. Not that I ain't talking about the ones that can't afford.
Look at old Marissa.
And Marissa said $7 a day or 15 for the weekend for volleyball in the same facility as basketball. So volleyball, like I said, volleyball rates are lower, and in some cases free compared to the basketball. But their fees are much higher. So the volleyball parents, that's what I'm saying. Which one do you rather? Fort Bend Ballers.
I like Fort Bend. Fort Bend, come on with it. Come on.
I believe the organizer of an event make more than most teams. The program director and operator are getting concessions and getting prices at the door, and sometimes make the parents come back both days to pay the same fee again for less games. Now, let me tell you something. Depending on the location of the event, those days of concessions are scarce. Depending on the location, there are facilities out there, more and more facilities. If you got the privately owned facilities, they keep their own concessions. In case you didn't know, the private owned facilities, they have their own concessions set up. Okay. In pretty much all that you would see nationwide.
Okay.
Now, your schools, how it generally works is two different ways on rentals. I'm just giving you some one-on-one on this stuff. Two different ways it can work. One, if you're renting the place through the front door, then that concession is yours. But in most cases, most people go through the back door and go through the high school coach and work a deal to say, hey, man, look, we want to come and get your gym. And he's going to serve as the administrator on duty, because any school campus has to have an administrator on duty, whether it be a principal, an AP, or somebody in the administration that has keys. So not the custodian we're talking about. So that normally you tip the bartender by allowing the head coach to keep the concession stand. That way now, no matter what happens, he's going to generate a fundraiser of sort for his program or his pockets. One of the two. That's normal. Now, don't get it twisted. So that's why when you go to certain schools, tournaments that are at schools, and you look at the concession, if you see the booster club behind there, if that means it's a deal was worked out. Because here's the thing, Adam, I could go in and go through the front door and get the concession stand. I've outsourced my concession stand out to teams that I know that needed a fundraiser. And I've said to people like Delilah with JL3, Delilah, y'all want to work the concession? I got a gym over at Channelview High School that I got an open concession. I'm not going, I don't want to do concessions. And guess what? To get them kids, and they all hands on deck, they'll come and have a fundraiser. I say, well, all you need to do is do me a favor. Feed my staff at that site, and you can have it, which is a good trade-off. Very good trade-off in the business on that stuff. But back to this stuff, right? A great topic. We got some more comments on there. What are they saying out there in the boom boom room?
I'm not talking to him on that boom boom room. But I love Miss Candace. Miss Candace said, I paid $75 for a weekend pass in Dallas last summer. And the kids' weekend pass were the same price as the dog. That's crazy.
Well, we told you how you can avoid it. I've explained to you guys, that was yesterday's sermon, how many, not everybody can avoid it, how many of you parents can avoid that. Go back and watch yesterday's show. I gave you a tip. Now, another thing I give you a tip is program directors, coaches out there, especially those who have multiple teams. If you have multiple teams, most events let 2 or 3 coaches in with every team. If that comes, and that's the case, let me give you a piece of the game again. Put one of your parents down as assistant coach. You got 4 teams in, that's 8 people get in free. Some of those teams got the same coach coaching. So guess what? Write their damn name down. They get an armband for the weekend.
But that's just one, man. We need more than one.
What do you mean more than
I
one?
need all my parents to get in free.
Well, I don't know where you're gonna do that at. These are businesses. That's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Parents, all I can say is
It's not
tell
gonna
little
happen.
Johnny I'll see you little ass when he get back to the house.
Hey, you can do like Kevin Freeman did a couple of years ago.
No, don't tell that story. Don't tell that story. Don't tell this. Don't tell that story. He ain't had no kid playing.
Kevin Freeman had a referee shirt in his truck and walked in with a referee shirt. You can try that.
Don't do that, y'all.
It won't work at our events. I promise you. But a lot of people, you get a referee shirt, holding your hand, walking up. They let you go on too.
Hey, Chuck McGowan, you a day late, man. I talked about Sidney Carter yesterday. Leave me and Sidney alone. But carry on. Leave me and Sidney alone. Sidney work in Texas now. Jimmy, when I be telling you, man, I'm going up in to see Kendall and Rory play. I'm going to every Kendall and Rory game this year, Jim. Every one. Now, back to the regular schedule program.
It's crazy, man.
You know who doesn't charge $75? A high school tournament, and definitely not $20 for one. I don't know what these people want to charge you $75. Who is them people, Candace, who was charging all that money, then the parking was high? Who was those people last year up there in Dallas?
Last weekend, you mean?
No, last year up in Dallas. Candace said last year in Dallas. The people, y'all did, I think Kim Jackson told me she paid a whole lot of money for, and then the people, I mean, it was a lot, man. One tournament ran up in them pounds. I forgot the name of the tournament, man. It was in California, out of town, and Dallas, something. So, I mean, we can't do nothing to Captain, man. You got another one, because I'm
yeah, what
do
you
you
got?
want
Let's
me
go back.
do you want me to talk about that one you sent me?
Let's talk about it. Let's get it. Let's get them out the way.
What I do with that thing? Hold on. I know I got it. I got to read it for y'all. Yeah, Jimmy, where you get that from?
I don't even. I sent you two. I don't know which one.
I'm talking about the one. This is the one I'm talking about. Okay. He said, somebody, basketball news, he said, hold up, I'm trying to blow it up. Yeah. If these head coaches, because Jimmy, yesterday we was talking about the transfer portal and stuff like that,
yeah.
Right? And somebody gonna tell me, I know who it is. They ain't gonna call his name because he gets sensitive when I call his name. He gonna say something. He can't help but say something. But I'm gonna tell this transfer portal too. Man, these kids crazy. These kids. Let me read something to you. If these head coaches are not treating these young men, Jimmy, and women right, we need to have the freedom, to leave. So much goes on that people have no idea about. I promise you, y'all don't. Of coaching abusing their power. Literally tormenting players, both mentally and emotionally, or playing mind games with them. They even got a term for that one. I done heard that. Holding their scholarship over their head, or playing time over their head. So now they can't do that because a player has the option to leave without penalty or repercussions. And they can no longer have the power over them at the end of the day. It also comes back down to that. It always comes back down to that. Nolan Smith. That's Nolan Smith, who's now the new assistant coach over at Louisville. It's him saying it, okay? It's a coach saying it.
Yeah.
Now another coach said, my advice, hold up, Jimmy, because I don't want to be no straining around this. Let me put on pattern things like you got.
Don't put your goggles on.
Yeah, I'm
gonna
put Fred goggles on.
Put your Fred G's on.
Fred
samples.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. He said, but it just looks so pretty now. My advice to a high school kid who is being recruited and they feel like this college is a good fit for them, my advice to them is to jump on your offer and claim it right away. Because that portal changes the game. I know with social media, high school players like to post and tweet that they received an offer from this school and that school and let the process drag out. Well, with the transfer portal, you're going to see high school players lose offers they once had. Jimmy, you saw that very vividly. And a coach is going to call them and say, that scholarship is no longer available because we decided to sign a player from the transfer portal because you were dragging your feet to make the decision. High school players need to understand that this is a business. Ed Haskins said the other day, too. High school players need to understand, like I said, this is a business, and they need to treat it as such. And with the transfer portal, they're actually at a disadvantage. This is just the new reality. The reality of the new norm that comes from Danny Manning. Two accomplished coaches. That's a hell. Jimmy, I said a whole lot, but I love it when Nolan said that about these ignorant ass, loud talking, hollering ass coaches think they can treat these kids any kind of way on these campuses. I've seen it. I've heard it, and the kids have no. They have no Marissa, man. Come on, I have no. I mean, that's why I support the transfer portal wholeheartedly. And it's gonna all Jimmy. This thing, Jimmy, just like you dope people, this thing is all gonna come out in the wash. These people gonna adapt. These kids gonna get smarter. These kids ain't gonna get. These kids like Jimmy. Look, Kevin McGaskey. Jimmy went off to junior college. Everybody talking about he wasn't there. Now he going to. He just signed with Prairie View. Jimmy. So little stuff like that, man. People, y'all got to understand, man. It's a phase we going through, and we just got to understand. We got to know when to hold them and when to fold them, and quit all of this. Danny Manning. Oh, I didn't know Danny Manning was at Louisville also. I didn't know that.
Louisville.
Thank you, Michael. Whoever told me that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I knew about Nolan.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Damn, that's a hell of a staff. See, Jimmy, that's what I like about. What his name? Kenny Payne. Kenny Payne said, I'm going to have him up some brothers. Jimmy, he didn't say, well, you got to know. Danny Manning, Nolan Smith. Come on, man. Shout out to that. I will be cheering for Louisville this year. Never cheered for him in my life because I don't like Kentucky. That's where Mitch McConnell from. Him and Lindsey Graham. One of them. Yeah, Mitch McConnell. But Jimmy, I just wanted to share that. Jimmy, what do you think about those situations?
I mean, one thing I like about it is that a Division I coach is saying it.
Yes.
And publicly.
Yes. And publicly.
Most of the time you hear a lot of stuff like this, you hear and you get some of this on the Chop Shop. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be disputed by another person that may have some axe to grind against that. Oh, they don't know. They don't know. Now you hear a coach saying it and echoing
the same thing
we've been saying for months, and in some cases years. Mm-hmm. Now it helps validate it for some of you guys, because what happens is it helps you go. It helps you to go and realize that the music sounds better from a different set of speakers. And here's the thing, offers. And that leads into another mailbag, and that is people of influence. Everybody's influenced by somebody. Why are so many people so adamant on gambling with the futures of these kids by not allowing them to commit when they want to commit, when they've seen and been on the campus, when they like what they've seen, parents like what they've seen, but you say, hold tight because you better than that. Hold tight, we're going to see what else we can get. Hold tight, and they're not knowing, once again, transparency, Hannah. And I'll finish on that word in a second. What you have? What you got?
But shouldn't they, if these people have, and I say have knowledge of something that they think that the kid could get better? Because all of this stuff, Jimmy, it's not, this stuff is like an art. It's not science. This stuff don't work the way y'all always want it to work out. See, people think this, well, because you always said, well, that wasn't the plan. Man, a lot of this stuff just do not work out the way. And parents, I'm going to repeat this. A lot of this stuff do not work out the way you want it to go, because all of these situations are fluid. The coach on the other end is recruiting other players. You on this end thinking you got time. You just don't know all the parameters of what's going on. You don't know everything that's going on. So what if the influencer really got a good source on the line telling them, man, dude, you can go here. You can go here. And the kid, but Jimmy, I encountered somebody called me not too long ago. This kid was sitting on an offer from a school around here, and the kid was playing around with the offer. Hold up. The dude was telling him, the influencer said, man, you better take that. Man. But he had to wind up taking that offer because did nothing. But my greatest thing, Coach T came on here, and never forget, she said something so special. She said, Robert, these kids are not getting left out. Quit thinking these high school seniors are getting left out. Listen, y'all, they're just missing, the D1 bus has passed by. But it's a D2 and a D3 and an NIA bus just sitting out there waiting on you to board. But guess what? You're not there. You sitting there, this bus sitting on the curb. They're sitting waiting on you. But that other bus is going down 45 or going down wherever, the D1 bus, but you still looking and waiting on that bus. And you got to get on one of these buses right now and play yourself to one of them buses. So it's just your, Jimmy, perspective. We got to have a proper perspective on things. The climate has changed. That ain't right. I can't stand that transfer portal. I can't stand it. It's just hurting these kids. It's hurting these seniors. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because guess what? Some of them same seniors would have got some of them offers at that D1. They would have been their ass right back in that portal. Just telling y'all now. Y'all asking for stuff y'all can't go dominate D1, D2, D2, D3, D4. Because every year in D1, they looking for somebody to replace you, man. Every year.
They're trying to get a pay raise. By any means necessary.
I like that.
By any means necessary. They're trying to get a pay raise. Every coach out there trying to get a pay raise.
Thank you. I like, but it's
so when you think about kids and recruiting, can this kid get me a pay raise? That's what many of the seasoned coaches are. That's how they're thinking. Now, mind you, I'm gonna love you more if I think you can get me a pay raise. You can give me some bread.
Absolutely.
That's where the love comes from. And then there's others who come into the business, the younger ones or the more inexperienced ones, and they're leading with their heart. Because you feel that I got to give back. I got to get one from over here. These my dudes. I got to do them a solid. So that means you're helping, the coach is helping the dude do them a solid. And it happens all the time. All the time. Coach, that's what relationships are for. That's what relationships are for. We had Mike Davis up at Detroit Mercy took a couple of kids from Houston as walk-ons because he had relationships with their people. That's across the country. Relationships.
Detroit ain't that far, Jim.
Huh?
Detroit ain't that far.
Shit, from Houston it is.
Okay.
From Houston it is.
Uh,
You know, and a different climate to
you're
speak on
right. I'm
that.
from Memphis, and we used to go back, so it ain't that far. Yeah, okay, I got
Yeah,
you.
yeah, from Houston.
But I mean, what's so unique? And I was just thinking about it. I was just listening to what I just said to myself, and I know that, and I think I got to keep repeating that because I just don't want people to sit here and talk about woe is me and putting that in these young men's mind. Woe is me, because if their parents saying it and whining, and the other coaches whining about of the transfer portal, the kids gonna whine. So what we got to do is learn how to pivot. If this what they gonna give, if this look, it's possible to go here and play your way up, or spend 4 years here at a great university and get your college degree. Guess what you're doing then? Now you're putting yourself in a situation where you can, if you mess around and meet a little girl and mess with her, you can take care of her. So that's what I be looking at, man. And I'm telling you, because I know the value of a young man walking across that stage and you know, like I think Darryl Barnes, he even talking about his daughter. He didn't think his daughter would ever make this choice. Let me tell y'all something, man. Stuff happens. This pandemic and that transfer portal has changed the way. So we just got to get smarter, especially us. And that's the reason we talk about this all the time. Jimmy, some people sit up there, but Robert, yeah, but people ain't getting it. We talk about it, but y'all don't share the show enough because some people still ain't getting it. Jimmy, somebody tweeted something a minute ago. We got how many? 44 people now on the, ain't got but 10 likes. How can 44 of y'all be on YouTube and ain't but 10 of y'all like the show, but y'all still on there? Just hit the like button. It's up there. If you don't know, just look around, fill it around. But Jimmy, we just got to, all I want for us to do is have the proper information and take this information and use it. We know we gonna have, everybody ain't gonna use it, Jimmy. We know it's, I told y'all about Underground Railroad. Everybody didn't want to follow Harriet Tubman. I understood it. But we are in a position, Jimmy, to use this show to help. So that's what. And so we just trying to navigate y'all through this stuff, man. Cause we see it. We talk to the coaches all the time. One was calling me, Jimmy. I ain't never stopped the show. I went and hit commercial so I can talk to him. Yeah. Cause when he called, I got to answer. But it's just so unique, man, that y'all have a unique advantage of having a guy like Jimmy, having a guy like Chris Walker, having a guy like me sit up here and talk about this. And this stuff we talk about, it's not just for the city of Houston. People in Memphis need to be listening to this. It's affecting them. People in Miami need to be listening to this. It's affecting them. People in Nebraska, it's affecting them. So this is not just Houston Pacific. This is nationally. This is a national platform that we need to share the show to our friends in other cities, because these same principles work, man. We got to get these kids in college, man, so they can start their life and get his basketball dream up. One of the baddest basketball players in Memphis history. I just clicked on him right now. He went and graduated. One of the baddest, that's him right there. Kenny Singleton. One of the greatest players I ever seen. But guess what? The basketball has stopped. But guess what? He's still a great man. Just because you don't play basketball no more don't mean you're less great. You're more than an athlete, man. If I don't get nothing else across you kids today, you're more than an athlete. What else you got, Jimmy?
I mean, we had somebody that asked earlier on the Boom Boom Room, Fort Bend Ballers, and sorry we missed your question earlier. We'll get your question up on the screen in just a second. Let's get it over there. And so Hatter has it, and he asked, could you guys explain or walk us through the process of entering the portal and what to expect? Do understand, and I see Troy Benjamin said the best way to explain it, the transfer portal is a knife that can cut both ways. Yes, true indeed. However, the transfer portal, it was created as like a compliance, a tool of compliance, right? And it was basically created to manage the entire transfer process in a systematic manner, transparent manner. And it was also designed to empower the student athlete, because the conversation had came up routinely a few years ago that a coach can leave you at any time and he's not bound by anything because it's free enterprise. He can take a job here. Hell, do you guys remember Chris Beard took a job at UNLV on I'm just going to paraphrase, on let's say Thursday, and woke up a day 24, 36 hours later and was at Texas Tech. And that type of stuff, and kids go and they follow coaches and they'll sign the letters of intent and they're bound legally by those tenders. So this transfer portal, I think it helps free those student athletes who are in situations, as you just read earlier from Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith, assistant coach from Louisville, who used to be the assistant coach at Duke. And Nolan Smith sit there and said it. Think about it. He's been at Duke most of his coaching and playing career that wasn't dealing with the pros. He said that coaches mistreat these players. So
his
from him
coach
being
was one of them, but keep going.
From him being at Duke, he's saying that. He knows that. So if every kid doesn't transfer just because playing time isn't there, don't get it twisted. It's a heavy ingredient. You got to put a few extra dashes
Some
of playing
kids get
time.
forced out, Jimmy, but keep going.
And so this, what it does is it keep, back in the days, a lot of people, because it was taboo, people didn't talk about it. All they would say back in the days, and this back in the days was just a few years ago, toughen it out, kid. You're too soft. Let me coach you the way I know how to coach. And most of these coaches were white males with either a drill sergeant, Bobby Knight-ish mentality. A lot of them, not everybody, or it was with a slave master type persona. And at some point in time, that weight broke that wagon, and the rules was modified, and it helped. Now what it did, the floodgates opened, Hatter. And once the floodgates open, you have a backlog, because everybody that left those Division I schools, thinking that the school that was recruiting them, that came in second place, you picked to go to the prom with one college. You think the girl that you didn't go to the prom with, that you was just flirting around with, you think she gonna be waiting on your ass? That's what a lot of these people think. And here we have it. And that's why you have so quickly. And I applaud some of those guys that had to swallow their own spit. You was at a Division I, and you look now, they're signing with Division IIIs. They're signing with NAIAs. They're going, and guess what? And they're going, because most go to a level lower. Not many go to the same level. So the transfer portal, it basically is an in many cases, no matter how you slice it, it's an admission that you didn't get this one all the way right. When you have time to take up to 5 visits, now you could take 5 in the 10th grade, 11th grade, and the 12th grade campus visits. They're working on getting on the NCAA is working on depleting those campus visits and taking them from 5 to like 3, because not many people even take 5. It's a waste of time for most people, and it's a waste of resources. But I hope that helps your question or for it being ballers. I hope you asked, and you guys, we almost time for landing the plane shortly. But if you guys have questions, make sure post them or text us or email us chopshophtx@gmail.com. chopshophtx@gmail.com. We have, I was waiting, we have another message that's in the mailbox, and this is, I was waiting to let him read it. I'll let him read it in a short second. I see it. I appreciate that. Somebody just sent one. Michael Garcia said there's going to be some Division I transfer portal players who are not going to get other offers. They better be sure before they leave. I mean, true. Michael Garcia, true that. However, it's one of those things where you got to let some people learn the hard way. And a lot of people will learn the hard way when it comes to this basketball. And you see a lot of these young people, they're making these moves, they're transferring, they're going in the portal. These are guys that started college. In many cases, was a starter at the Division I level. And now D3s, D2s, NAIAs, more so NAIAs, D3s, are going to be filled with them in due time. Now, those who have the grades. Then we look and you're thinking now that a kid that might have been an all-district, all-region, might have been your leading scorer, might have been all-state, and then coaches get confused because the way you were taught was that if this kid, and this kid based on other kids in your area may be good enough, but the good enough ain't good enough dealing with this portal. Some people need the coaches. I say it again. A lot of these coaches they are desiring and they're striving to be in a position to get a pay raise. How do you get a pay raise? You get good talent or great talent, and you mold them to buy into what you're selling, and you win games, you get pay raises. You win more than you won the year before, you get a new contract, possibly a new contract or an extension. You get to the NCAA dance or whatever respective division that you're playing, you are in line to accomplish the mission. Then you can go and you get courted by other schools, and they hire you, which results in what? The same thing, a pay raise. Now, there are a lot of coaches who turn down pay raises. Jerome Tang at Baylor was one of them. Something like 18 years he spent at Baylor. He had opportunities to go and get pay raises. He stayed there and let his kids get through high school. He just did not want to start over mentally. It took a gamble in his family. And he got his daughter, and his son out of high school into college. And guess what? Now, the opportunity presented itself in tenfold, because he signed like a 5-year deal for like $2 million a year. That's $10 million on the books. Jerome Tang, North Shore High School product. And awesome. I wonder if North Shore going to retire or they acknowledge Jerome Tang. You know, I wonder if that's a whole nother conversation. And Kelton Solomon, Solo. He says the coach could pass away and the new coach can come in with a new staff and want to get his own players. That would force a player into the portal. Absolutely. Absolutely. Look at what happened at Grambling with their volleyball coach last month. This stuff is real out there. It's real. So my thing is, those relationships that you can endure if you're a Division I prospect and there are non-Division I coaches flirting with you, this is the perfect time to bounce questions off of them, to interact with them. Because now, if it came a time when you felt you needed to transfer or your kid got into the portal, guess what would happen? You've already established, you've planted seeds, and that relationship has sprouted out the ground with that particular coach, and it makes it easier because you've known him before you got in this situation. And if nothing else, those guys will talk to you. They'll answer your question. They know what situation you're in. But they understand one thing. They're not recruiting your kid for no reason. They're recruiting your kid because guess what? They feel and they know that even though you might have one school flirting with you, they hadn't offered you. So they're laying their net up under there, doing their job. And you're like, oh man, that's, and a lot of you guys, let me tell you what I hate, Heather. When you ask people what's your offers, and they totally ignore the non-Division I schools that's offered them like a mug. They don't even exist. Man, I only got one offer, man. That's the only school. And I'm like, well, what about University of St. Thomas? Oh, yeah, them too. What about Blint? Yeah, them. Yeah, I got, yeah. So what the hell you mean? You got no offer.
Jimmy, they don't value them. Those offers have been devalued, and we've been spending the last 6 years trying to, educate people on the value of any one of those offers, man. Consider yourself blessed, man. But we got guys, man, you too D1 for that, man. It's just the things you hear. It just boggles your mind, But hey, it is what it is, Doc.
Yeah, man. So that's the ticket, guys. And how do you see your messages? Somebody sent a message.
But I didn't know who it was. I got the message, but you have to tell it because I didn't know where it came from. I didn't know where it came from.
I don't know if he wanted his name.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we don't talk about. Okay. Well, we'll just talk about. I want to thank you guys. Good. I like this.
Well, we'll leave the name of the school out of it.
Huh? Okay.
Leave the name of the school out of it.
Gotcha.
And we'll read this. Show you guys how the Chop Shop works.
Okay. Yeah.
Watch this.
You ready?
This just came in.
Want to thank you guys for using your platform to share, educate, and inform the greater Houston area basketball community. Due to your relationships and access to information, you shared a job about an opening on the Chop Shop, which I applied for and soon will be announced the new head coach of. I know many people gain a lot from your show and they never tell you this, but I want to say thank you guys, for doing your part and helping my family open up a new door. Unfreaking believable. Unbelievable, Jimmy. Unbelievable.
This guy just got a new job at a high school, right?
Yes.
The head coaching job.
Yeah.
Based on watching the Chop Shop.
Unbelievable.
He was inspired or motivated on a day we announced, we gave intel that the gig was up and let them know where to go and apply.
Jimmy, we got more stories like this, but I'm just glad we got more stories. This is, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, I didn't know this platform was going to be like this. Chris Walker called, he said, man, I just need you to come over here. Y'all don't understand. This thing has morphed into something that's bigger than all of us. That's why always Jimmy explained the platform. You have to respect the platform. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like Jimmy. But respect the platform, man. What Candace said, what happened if you go to transfer portal and you don't get picked up? Jimmy, you can ask that
one. That's a gamble that you basically crapped out on. And really...
this man had to use.
You have an option to go. You have your basketball career. You have two options. You can go and pay your money to go to, depending on what your classification is. You can go to a community college or something and play on one of those intramural type leagues, or you can go and pay your money to go to a school and try. If the kid still has it in him, and try to walk on. But I don't know the parent. First of all, the GPA has to be a 3.0 either 3.0 or 3.5 for that money to continue to come in. If it's academic money that's following them, because walk-ons are in the portal as well. But if you were and understand something, we're talking about the Division I transfers. Walk-ons make up a number of those as well. If you don't get picked up, then guess what? Game ain't over, but the pinball machine is on tilt at that time. You guys from the old school know what I'm talking about when I say that. That's all I can tell you on that. And Alice started laughing.
Man, I used to be the pinball wizard. That's why I'm laughing. Couldn't nobody beat me, Jimmy. I'm sitting there saying, wow.
I had a pinball machine. Mama had bought me one time. I had one in the house, man. I would never buy a kid something that make that much noise. I'm glad I ain't got no biological. Oh my God. I would never buy a drum set. I would never buy a damn pinball machine. We had a pool table in the house before one time. That makes a lot of damn noise. Oh my.
But Jimmy, my mama bought me a drum set and get mad at me and whoop me when I play it. They're too damn loud. I said, well, what the hell you buy for?
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just talking about me. I'm not telling you guys not to do it.
I'm telling you about mine. I said, this lady got to be crazy. You bought it. Don't be playing that thing. That thing too loud. Boy, he's mama something.
Now, oh man, what? I like that. Candace, you asked us, did we? You missed yesterday's show. What you say? As you read it?
I missed yesterday's show due to work, so I'm not sure if y'all talked about it. But did y'all see how Cameron Ward performed this weekend? No, I did not see how he performed this weekend. Where did he perform?
Oh, they had their what they call it, the spring game.
Oh, the spring game. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm sending you something, Alan.
Okay. I'm
sending you a couple of little. I'm just sending you one or two little old clips that you might be able to cue it up before we get ready to land this plane, get up out of here. Because Cameron Ward, let me tell you something, man. And understand, I finally was able to connect the dots. You know, he was a star in Incarnate Word. Got the Player of the Year as a quarterback last season. And then he went in the transfer portal, right? Mm-hmm. The coach left. The head coach in Incarnate Word left. And Cameron Ward went and had offers from a lot of schools all over the country. He chose to go to Washington State. Well, Washington State, come to find out, is the school that his head coach at Incarnate Word got hired. He went to and got hired. He's on staff at Washington State. So he followed that guy whom he has a great relationship with and who trusted in him. That was his only Division I offer. Guys, this kid is a movie waiting to be written.
This kid gonna be a pro.
I'm hearing, Hal, when you hear on one of them clips, you're gonna hear him talk. This is his first talk in front of that type of crowd. You know, the different type of following at Incarnate Word. They just started football less than 10 years ago. They just started a football team.
Jimmy,
He had Washington State.
this kid
He in the
this
Pac-10.
kid ain't
They
this
put that
kid,
microphone in his face.
hold on, let's show this.
Like one
But I have to process those other ones because a couple of them on YouTube. I have to go through another process.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Man. Hey, the guy was talking to him, right? And one of the clips, and guess what? They're in the middle of the game. So I guess he done came out the game. Okay. At that point, Cameron Ward had 3 completions for 3 touchdowns at that point of the game. Now you got to see that. At that point, I mean, I'm sorry, he might have attempted 4 passes, and 3 of them was completions, and all 3 of them was touchdowns. And they asked him how one pass that he made, how was he able to get that ball in the spot that the cornerback could not get to. His answer to that question is like, it's like he gets it. Guess what it was? Guess what he say? He say, I know my cornerbacks. And a lot of them, they're good. But I know how athletic they are and how athletic they not. I know how high he can and can't jump. He said, that's a part of a great quarterback. You study the secondary. So I knew he couldn't get to that point where I threw that ball to. Cameron Ward, boy, and I'm so glad that I did not fall into the trap when this kid was playing at Columbia High School, right outside of Houston. And a couple of years ago, he was playing 2 sports. He was basketball was, of course, if you're in Texas and you got the opportunity to go and practice when it's 70 degrees, or if you go outside and it's 107 degrees with those pads on, that's what it feel like on some fields, you're going to choose the 70 degrees. That's basketball practice in the air-conditioning gym. This kid wanted a basketball scholarship. He wanted, and I would tell the dad, hey, man, I haven't seen your kid play football, but from what I'm hearing, he started as a freshman on varsity. The team wasn't a powerhouse team, but he got better. I'm like, why don't you give the football your primary attention? And see how that works. Because it's going to be hard in basketball for him to just get a Division I offer anywhere. And sure enough, they waited. They stayed patient. The dad stayed in communications. The dad spearheaded, and they invite me down to speak to the coaches in Brazoria County every year in November. And guess what? This young man got that one offer. That's all you need is one. And know what he did? Time he got that offer, he committed. He ain't play around with it. They had an All-American starting at quarterback when this Cameron Ward walked in the Incarnate Word. This dude was a preseason All-American, a postseason All-American, the former quarterback. He came in there, got to messing around, got too comfortable, and look, Cam was a starting quarterback on opening day.
Yep.
By the time they got to opening day, he was a starting quarterback. A movie waiting to be written. That's this kid's story is. And let me tell you something. Can't remember the last time I watched Washington State play football, but I'm gonna be trying to watch some of every game that they have this season. This boy here,
he got some. He came on the show, Jimmy.
Came on the show on the Chop Shop.
He got some. Got some, Coach. Coach, I told y'all just got to be ready. Our kids gonna be successful, and that's why I've always said, be prepared for people around you to be successful, because our kids good. Whatever they do, they're gonna be good at it. But Jimmy, I know we got to get out of here.
Yeah,
man.
we got to get on up out of here. I was looking. Somebody had a question for you. They say how to
What?
Melvin.
Oh yes,
Melvin
yeah, I saw him. Go on, you can
He
tell.
say, he say, how's Kyron Drones doing at Baylor? Between him and LJ, you're gonna be a Baylor Bear this season.
Oh, of course, I've been a Baylor Bear. Hey, no, I can't say I'm a Baylor Bear. I'm a Drones and Crier supporter. You know, because if they wasn't there, probably I ain't gonna tell no lie. I probably wouldn't support Baylor. So you know, I can't tell no show like that. Stacey Houston is watching in his office today. What's up, Stace? You're a little late today, Brady.
That's good.
Huh?
Yeah, Stace Houston in the house, man. What's going on up in DFW?
Yeah.
And we give it. Somebody else just says, "I'm Jimmy or Michael Garcia. Thanks a bunch. You're welcome for your continued support. We appreciate all you guys. Can you share the show?
Yeah.
If you haven't done so already, we're getting ready to land this plane. Hopefully you guys got some nuggets that you can use. And don't forget, you can go over. Speaking of transfer portal, we have a full list of the former star players from Greater Houston whom are in the transfer portal nationwide from the Division I and the non-Division I level. You go to RCS Sports, it's right on the front page. You'll be able to see and access that list. Also, you mentioned the young man who are going to McGaskett is going to Prairie View. Also, Trey Wesley.
That's right. I forgot about Trey.
Is signed with Prairie View as well. So Prairie View has brought in 2 point guards. Trey Wesley played on the team that won state at Cy Falls High School back in like 2017 and 2018. At Cy Falls High School.
Yeah.
Well, he went to Louisiana Lafayette and been there for a couple of years, and now he's on the move and coming. And guess what? He's from Cypress. So Prairie View is that's right down the doggone road. Then I think about it.
Jimmy, guess who enrolled? Guess who enrolled at TSU? You remember Chris Harris?
Don't tell me.
Yes, he enrolled in TSU.
Which one of the Chris Harris?
Chris Harris played guard with Bryce. Him and Cam and all them played on the same team.
Where was he at before?
He was at another college in Oklahoma, near Oral Roberts or something out there somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, he gonna roll in TSU.
Well, so he's gonna try. He's gonna try.
He's gonna try to play.
That ain't that easy.
I know. Chris Harris a dog though.
You been better off going to HBU and trying to.
That's all right. He say, yeah. But guess what? It's all good. Let's
but
see.
the opportunity will be there. The opportunity will be there.
Never know, Jim.
TSU has like 2 or 3 that been transferred out. So
never know.
Bryson Etienne is one of them.
And Jimmy, he's already enrolled, Jimmy. So he ain't gonna count against that. He already enrolled. He already enrolled academic. I mean, he already enrolled. So he ain't a scholarship. He ain't got to worry about no scholarship with him. He just need an opportunity. So I think I think Chris Harris. You got to understand him and. Guess what? You got to understand they was in the same district. Him and PJ used to go against each other.
Who went to Oklahoma State?
What happened to him? I don't know. I don't know what happened to Oklahoma State. I don't know.
I'm saying what kid went to Oklahoma State?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Not Chris Harris.
No. Oh, Wesley Yates got to pick up another offer. I mean, Wesley Yates gonna pick up an offer from everybody. So that ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, he was at Rogers State. Thank you, Rogers State. Thank you, Rogers State. Thank you. Boy, that's why I love this community to watch this show. But Chris Harris, man, that's my little dude, man. I love Chris Harris.
Well, hey, one thing about it, I mean, it's a lot of people, man. This portal. My thing is, you just pay attention and you spend more time when you make the first decision and doing your homework and engaging with a lot of the people that are on the Chop Shop and in platforms of such. A lot of people have been through this, and you'll be surprised. Some of these same schools, if you don't communicate and ask questions then you're bound to fall into the same trap as the person before you. And that's what we're trying to get you the guys to break the cycle of doing. Do your homework, do
And
your
this
due
to Chris
diligence.
Harris, Jimmy, because they talking about something play with. No, he didn't play with no Tyrese Maxey. He played with Bryce Griggs at Hightower.
Yeah,
He want to coach Woods guy. So
yeah, that's two different. That's what I said. There's two different Chris Harrises.
Yes, that's not that Chris Harris. Oh no, not that Chris Harris. No, I got you. No, I don't. Chris, this you gotta understand. He played with. If you play at Hightower, you know I got a certain. You know, I'm always look out for you. Make sure you're all right. So, that Chris Harris. Yeah.
Yeah, but so it's time to get on up out of here.
Let's get out of here.
And we definitely appreciate you guys. But I was looking in
what?
And Zach LaVine is out for the next game with the Chicago Bulls.
Oh, but they gone fishing anyway, Jim.
He's out.
Yeah, they gone fishing. Jimmy. 1, 2, 3, Cancun.
Yeah,
yeah.
Protocol.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the plane this weekend, ain't nobody have a mask on the plane this weekend. Nobody. You know, an airport. I'm looking around.
I would have been the only one in there with a plane. I'm keeping my mask on. I'm serious. I don't care. I'm just keeping my mask because y'all nasty. Some of y'all nasty. Some of y'all just some of y'all nasty. I'm keeping my mask on. I'm gonna be like I used to a long time ago. I used to see that some of the Asian people always had these masks on. I didn't know why. Now I know. Some of y'all kind of nasty. I'm gonna keep my mask on. Hey, I'm like that little dude talking about wear your mask. I got to bring that on. I got to play that tomorrow. Wear your mask. Remind me to play that tomorrow. But
we up out of there, man. It's time to slide down Dino's back. Yabba dabba do this thing. We appreciate everybody. Make sure you share the show on your way out the door. But we up out of here. See you guys on tomorrow. Women Rock Wednesday. It's gonna be some good stuff going down, and we have some more news for you guys, and we'll go in the mailbag and entertain a lot more topics on tomorrow. Also, we don't forget on Coast Thursday and tomorrow we'll go and talk some more grassroots basketball. Give you guys some grassroots news. That grassroots transfer portal is kind of thin, but it is back in motion again. There's a lot of people that went out there and faced reality about their degree as a as a college prospect. We'll talk about that and a lot more when we come on tomorrow and Thursday. And also, we'll give you guys the All-Stars for the Houston Area Basketball Coaches Association Playoff All-Star Games, which will take place May the 4th in Houston. But that and a lot more. But right now, for Robert Haller, this is Jim Hicks, and we are up out of here. Peace. Chop shop.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in